I'm here.
There we go.
Hi.
There he is. Suburban's joining us. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, not so bad. Are we in your spot in LA right now? Is that where we
Yeah.
are?
Yeah.
Right on. It kind of feels weird to start an interview without first asking, like, when I started doing these virtual big rooms, it's like, how have your last couple of weeks, months been? But now it's been like
Yeah.
7 months. How is how have you been adapting to all of this new lifestyle?
It's not much different than my old lifestyle. I will not lie. I never really left my house, but this time now I've just been thriving on Amazon and Postmates. I've just been
Mm,
living out my dreams of cardboard boxes,
yeah.
and it's been grand. I just moved recently, so I haven't been like shackled up entirely. I guess like an entirely new house is kind of exciting during a time like this. And this new house comes with a nice little spot, a little treated spot for my music work, so I can literally just not have to worry about anything in this in
Yeah.
this in this little foundation, this fort. So
God, yeah.
my time's been okay. Yeah, adapting's been okay. How's it been
Yeah.
for you?
A bit of the same, yeah. I mean, especially when all this started, it was like, this is a situation for the introverts to really thrive in. So I've been
Absolutely, yeah.
enjoying my time in my enclosed spaces. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I really like, I don't want to pull the curtain too back or too far back in the music industry. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I did really like talking to your manager about this, like trying to set up a time. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, he lives in LA and he sleeps until noon, so it's gonna have to be after that. And I was just like, man, that's the dream, huh? That's
When he said he sleeps till noon, he was being friendly. I actually normally for the past few days have been waking up at 6 p.m.
oh
So this is
man.
I woke up early for this one. No worries.
So is that some late night
It's
music making
actually
maybe?
mostly playing video games. I have been incredibly unproductive the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's excusable to be sure in a
Yeah,
time like
everybody's
this.
been like, "Oh yeah, my most productive friends have been unproductive." I'm like, "Well, yeah."
We really enjoy the songs that we've been playing right now. The new EP is out now called Thrill Seeker. We got two songs in rotation here at City 1025. Got Cradles and the more recent one, Freak. And I don't have to tell you that both of those are doing really well at alternative radio. But I can't say I was too surprised by it, but can we talk about the TikTok background that launched Cradles to its massive success?
It's crazy because I'm noticing the same exact parallels from like Cradles happening to Freak right now on the TikTok platform. It starts 5 months after the initial song is released. This time we released the video first rather than waited for the momentum to develop because I had an idea like, yeah, Freak could potentially be like a TikTok song. I made that song in 2018 and I made it with the intent of it sounding like my song Cirque and Cradles sort of combined. I wanted some sort of minimal like boomy bass style and I knew like I was lacking that in my discography and I wanted to make one that like really shadowed that. And I made a genuinely like sister video to Cradles and everything and I wanted it to come off more familiar to the fans of Cradles. So watching it like 5 months later, there's an organic moment on TikTok. And then after the organic moment, it shape shifts into something that's more like stable that people can grasp easier. And it starts with someone starting a dance and then the dance changes a little bit. And then some like a bunch of people start doing this dance because one influencer or two influencers do it and then a bunch of influencers do it and then a bunch of people do it and it's like it's just something I can just sit back and watch the numbers fly on because like everybody will like get mad at a song like blowing up on TikTok because it like fans and gatekeepers feel like it's not genuine to the song or anything like that. But from where I'm sitting, I'm just happy it's getting exposure. I'm gonna have another hit song. It looks like by the data, it's like really incredible because it's like this is technically like even though we've had the EP and I released a single off that EP like earlier, this is technically like the second single because it's the second video I've produced. So it's it's definitely a wonderful sight to see my work come to yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool that you can map it out like that in a certain sense, like that you can sort of predict it. But you've
Yeah.
also never been one to shy away from making those predictions. I read a couple interviews where when you put out Cradles, you were like, yeah, this is going to do really, really well. Like, I really like that. But also very cool to see on the other end of the spectrum where you said, like, you make the music for you. Like, this is
Yeah,
just, if anybody resonates with it, that's on them, but these songs are just for
absolutely.
you. And I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
Something that you don't see very often. And something else that you don't see very often is anything that sounds like the music that you make. When we got Cradles, we started to describe it as like a mysterious song from a mysterious artist because it kind of just boomed out of nowhere for us because we're not in
Yeah.
that the TikTok Prime demo. You know, it takes us
Yeah.
a minute to be like, oh, okay,
Oh, okay.
that's
That's
what happened. But can I ask what inspired the sonic kind of production that goes into making a suburban song sound the way it does? Because there's a ton of range on this new EP, Thrill Seeker. But every one of them you can listen to and be like, that's a suburban song.
yeah. Well, with the new stuff that I'm coming out with next year and even near the end of this year, hopefully, it's it really boils down to like, yeah, either it doesn't even have to be a hard hitting bass. I do like hard hitting basses. I will not lie. I like fat subs. I like distorted subs, and I like smooth boomy subs. But uh, it takes that sometimes an arpeggio, sometimes a melody you can grasp. It could be a guitar, it could be a woodwind, it could be a clanky, it could be a wooey, it could be whatever. It could be a synth. Um, that's like a normal foundation. But then I start throwing in the textures and then the weird like um, dissonant melodies that come in contact with like the harmonies and everything. And then I have my whispery main voice that I sing with, and with this EP, I just barely touched on some of the vocal capabilities that I tapped into when I was younger. The thing is, this EP came from a time in my life when I was literally like I wrote it when I was a teenager. Like most of those songs, if not all those songs, yeah, no, all those songs were written like when I was 16 to 18. The last song in the EP was 19, but like I'm 20 now and reflecting on it, it's like, wow, this sounds super juvenile to me. Like everything that I wrote here is really like either dumb sounding, but in a good way.
That's
um,
that's
yeah,
really interesting to hear, and it also makes me feel very optimistic about the music that you'll
yeah,
release in the future.
I'm excited for the new stuff, definitely. But I think I guess yeah, timbre, niche timbre. I borrow a lot from electronic, like underground electronic. I came from the EDM scene essentially with my manager team at the time, and a lot of my friends that I grew up around, and I took a lot of those niches and tried to apply it to a mainstream format subconsciously. Even I didn't think of like, oh yeah, I want to make this mainstream. It's like I had a good ear for pop writing and formulas, and I was like, okay, let's shelf this and do this, and like this is how it's sculpted. And I've been able to maintain this sort of sound, and I think this is like, I guess that's what a style is, which is cool to me that I've been able to develop that at an earlier age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And again, it makes me optimistic for what's coming down the line.
yeah,
And like you said, that you're making the music for you and you kind of just see what happens. That's pretty cool. I like also how you describe it with such specific accuracy as well. Like you went through all that and I was like, oh yeah, the texture. I remember thinking about the texture too, but obviously you're much more in depth, in tune with it, I might say.
yeah.
You once described it as having a twisted chromatic sound. And when I read that, I thought a lot about how well that blends with like the circus motif
Yeah,
of this
definitely.
EP that's out now. And I gotta ask, I'm always pretty curious about this. Did that circus motif kind of come after the songs were already made, or was that something that you had in mind going into it?
So I made Cradles as a ripoff to my song Broken. Not in the sense that it was a perfect ripoff, but because of the intro piano, the Broken has the arp where it goes da na 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 na, and then with the Cradles it was like da na 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 na, very like similar movements, but completely different like keys and actual chords, and yeah, but they both gave like this dark vibe. I'm like, okay, dark, we're starting there. That's what's dark and easy to latch on to, the creepy carnival, and it was honestly more of like as soon as Cradles came about, I was like, oh, this is really clanky sounding. It sounds like Tim Burton music style, like definitely that sort of like twisted, weird Halloweeny sound. And I was like, oh, well, this can be expanded upon in a more chromatic verse, in a more like, yeah, circus sound. And funny enough, Cirque actually, oh my God, I just unlocked a memory. Cirque actually came way before Cradles. So Cradles, I wanted to expand upon it, but it was already there. Cirque was the first song, um, not the first song, but like one of the first songs that I released under Suburban, and then I privated on SoundCloud after it had been out for a while. And it was poorly mixed. It was really poorly mixed because I was 16. Actually, I made that when I was like 15. Oh wow. That, yeah, I was young. And I guess I was already trying to do something like circusy there because all my like cover art was like drawn by me, and it was like I was not the greatest at what was it, digital art. I was way better at pencil art. So I honestly should have drawn them, but the there was like a jester face already like painted. Like I was ready to like this is it. This we live in a society.
Yeah.
I was ready to move on that. So I guess I just kept it in the back of my head all these years.
Man, right on. Well, I mean, it's private on SoundCloud now, and I don't think anybody is blaming you for that, for it being so long ago. But the
Yeah.
visual art that you're working with now is truly commendable stuff. The music videos that are out,
Yeah.
I heard that you direct them yourself. Is that true?
I like co-direct them with an actual director who knows what they're doing. I just have all the ideas in my head, and I tell him like, hey, this I write up, like sometimes I write up a whole shot list, and he makes it come to life. Of course, the edit changes throughout the work, but when it comes down to the core ideas of all the videos, like pretty much like 90% of the ideas come from me. And recently I've been having him spitball more, so it's been more fun like to work with someone else on them. Um, but yeah, he does, Andrew Donahoe. He does the 21 Pilots videos, and I liked his discography so much when we were looking for someone to direct music videos, and my label Warner, they gave me portfolios of a bunch of different people, and I was like, oh wow, these are cool. But Andrew Donahoe had hit me up way before any of this happened. He was like, I'm ready to make a music video for this. I have a vision. I'm like, oh, whoa, slow down there, buddy. I have a vision. Give me a second here. I just need money. and then it worked out pretty well. And I've been coming back to him for every single video so far. And I'm planning on having at least 2 more videos drop before the end of the year, but I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I'm excited for the new stuff, as I've said before. Yeah.
Well, heck yeah, so are we. Absolutely. Anything that you can give us, we'll be grateful for. I do wanna let you go, cut you loose, get back to whatever you're doing. Maybe it's back to sleep, maybe it's writing some songs, maybe it's building a fort out of the boxes,
I'm
or
getting
ordering
ready
some.
for the fort time now.
Yeah. But I do want to run you through a quick lightning round here at the end, some rapid fire questions to try and get in your head. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What is the prettiest American state in terms of geographical outline alone?
Oh, the shape?
Yeah, what state has the best shape?
Ooh. I mean, like, I like, what is Wyoming a perfect square? What's the perfect square one?
To a perfect square.
One of the square ones. It's a perfect shape.
All right. That's really interesting. I'm trying to put a map together of everybody's favorite state selection, and then once it's filled in, shared. I think you could tell a lot about a person by the shape that
I
they
think
make.
I latch on to Florida, though.
Oh yeah,
It's a very
Florida's a good
phallic
one.
region. I just insulted Florida.
No, no. What is the proudest thing that you've ever built? What is the thing that you're most proud of building in Minecraft?
Oh my God, I had so many builds. Like when I say builds, I don't mean like dirt house builds. Like I was good at building. Like I still am good at building. I have something on my TikTok with the that one's like minor compared to like what I used to build. I once built, it wasn't finished, unfortunately, because the updates corrupted the file. This was on console too, so I like went all out. Underwater city with perfect semi-sphere glass blue bubbles that covered each of these like city domes under the water, and they were built out of prismarine. You go down a cylinder, and there were like bridges connecting all of these things underground. And at the bottom of this main bubble, uh, me and my friends were committed. Like they were committed to helping me with this, but I was like, you know what, this place needs a pet. And Minecraft doesn't have sharks or anything, but they have these bosses. I forgot what they're called, the guardian bosses, and they spawn in the underwater temples. And in order to get one of those guardian bosses in that room, like it's kind of hard transferring a boss from their boss room to your, but it's possible. We use mine carts and nether portals to get it all the way to our to our humble abode. And it's such a shame that we stopped working on that because it was so fun. Other than that, I built like a Nordic tavern with a really nice dock with like really nice warped roofing that actually looked like Norse. And then next to that, there was this castle that I built on a cliff. There was some modern mansions that I built, contemporary mansions that really remind me of the stuff I saw in LA once I came out here. Um, and yeah, no, I've had a lot of things. You just unlocked a lot of memories. I'm sad now.
Man,
Next.
yeah, we're really on a trip down memory lane today. This is nice. All right, I encourage everybody watching to check out Suburban's TikTok for some more Minecraft related content. A couple more for you. This is a segment that I like to call reviewing old tweets, where we go really far back on someone's timeline, pull out some tweets from years past.
Nice.
This one, as we come up on a Halloween season, this comes to us from November 1st, 2017. F what other people say. I love candy corn. Do you ever take the pieces of candy corn and put them like on your teeth like a vampire?
No, I'm not a child. I'm not a
Okay, not saying that I do that with every bag of candy corn, but
what's wrong with you? No, I just like eating it.
yeah,
Nice flavor.
It's surprisingly controversial opinion.
Yeah, I'm really like, I'm wondering if it's one of those things where it's like really obviously bad to someone else, and I'm like, wow, what's wrong with it? Why do people hate it so much?
Right, yeah.
Like with pickles, I can understand why people don't like them, but I like them on a burger and everything. It's like, but candy corn, come on, why is that so controversial? Yeah.
Yeah. This is a pro candy corn, pro pickle live stream. This next tweet from August 1st, 2017. My mother told me I should get singing lessons. Welp. Did you ever get singing lessons?
I had like a total of 3 to 4 days with a coach that taught me like warm-ups. 2 different coaches actually. And one of the coaches didn't hate, but like they disapproved of the teachings of the other coach that I had. And I was like, "What? Why?" And he's like, "I'm constantly fixing her mistakes." I was like, I was like, wow, you guys live in different states.
That's
So
wild.
yeah,
That's
that helped a little bit, but barely.
right. Yeah. Or one helped and then one tore it back down and then we're back to square one. Who's to say? All right. Last one for you. This isn't an old tweet. This is just a couple of months ago. You sent out a Twitter poll that said, what should I call my fans? The Pituitary Gang, the Milk Squad 2, Suburbians, no, that's lame, and iCarly, which took the sweeping win with 42.5%.
Yeah,
I don't really have
me
a question about this, but can you?
me and iCarly are out here. We're dominating the game with the the pituitary gang. I just was thinking, like, what the fuck do I call my fan base? I mean, calling your fan base something is cringy in the first place, but you know, here at Suburban, we embrace a little bit of cringe. We embrace a little bit of TikTok, but with the Suburbians, that was like an idea I had in the back of my head, and I just actively typed out, "No, that's lame," and then posted it. And then with the Milk Squad, I think there's a lot of drama surrounding that name because that was originally a name for a TikTok group, like back when. And I'm not sure if there was some sort of abuse claims in that, so I feel weird for having that one there. But a Milk Squad too. Um, the, looking back on it, shouldn't have put that one. But I thought Milk Squad was cool. Didn't know the history. Now I know the history. Not cool anymore. So let's go.
That's what it's all about, learning and moving forward.
Educating yourself and changing yourself. Will I delete those tweets? No, they were from the past. They're artifacts of the past. But guess what? I actually had a lot worse tweets when I was real young. Guess what? Where they are? Deleted.
I noticed.
Because I prepared for this cancel culture phase. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I did notice because you joined Twitter in 2013. And there's no tweets until about 2017.
Guess what? I deleted all my YouTube comments and my my Facebook posts too. Now my Facebook messages. Oh God, I'm getting canceled. Anyways,
one more question. It's not an old tweet. It's just a classic question that I like to send everybody off on. If you had to, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Horse-sized duck or
does one giant duck or 100 tiny little horses?
100. That's a lot of tiny horses. I got leg power. I can kick them. I can kick them far.
That's true.
But they can kick me too. I wonder like what the translation of power would be to that size from a normal horse kick that could knock you cold or kill you.
That's a great question.
That would just probably cause some really bad bruising, right? I'm prepared to get stomped on. I'm prepared to get trampled on by a few tiny horses. They're just like puppies, right? Killing them all. 100 horses.
That's the correct answer, in my opinion. A wise choice from Suburban. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course.
Hopefully we can see you here in Columbus at some time in the not so distant future.
Absolutely. I can't wait to be able to perform there and perform anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, we're looking forward to whatever comes down the line from you next. Thanks again, Suburban, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.